Most Americans think that bicycle racing is new to the United States. In fact, bicycle racing was once one of the most popular sporting events in America. In these early days of the sport, American cyclists were among the best and highest paid athletes in the world, and the bike races themselves were a regular event, filling special cycling stadiums with the thunder of wheels on the wooden tracks. The environment was more like a prize fight than anything else. But, like other American passions, it ended. In the late 60s, there were signs of a revival. Without sponsorship, without recognition, and always against the odds, U.S. riders were distinguishing themselves. Jim Okowitz, himself a member of 2 Olympic squads, dared to think big. Always an outstanding team rider, Okowitz was dreaming of another sort of team, a team of world-class Americans strong enough to win at the Olympic and pro levels. By 1984, the 7-Eleven team had made an unprecedented mark on American cycling. They just wouldn't stop winning, and the legacy continues today. This program is full of useful information. Study carefully the sections which most directly apply to your cycling needs. Basic bike handling skills are crucial at every level of cycling. Good bike handling is the result of having confidence and control. Case in point, national pro champion Eric Heiden. Listen to his thoughts on bike handling skills.
Strong bike handling skills enable an individual to ride in a pack where bikes are just inches apart. Contrary to popular opinion, cycling is very often a contact sport. This contact often makes inexperienced riders nervous, but riding close is not dangerous when you know what you're doing. The rider in the blue jersey is the problem here. He's aggressive without being in control and has developed some very bad habits. He rides stiff and his moves are abrupt. He also overreacts and goes to the brakes too fast.
He is known as a squirrel, and this is what you do not want to be. A squirrel usually only thinks about being strong and doesn't develop his skills. You can't ride close to him, and riding close is what efficient riding and racing is all about. Dangerous riders like this will get forced to the rear by better riders. It's self-protection. Riders like this cause crashes, and it's never wise to ride behind a squirrely rider.
In Europe, the pros ride even closer together. When we first went there to race, we found that we were strong enough to be competitive and win, but we weren't used to riding so close. Only a couple of the 7-Eleven riders were experienced enough to be allowed up front, but we quickly learned, and so can anybody.
Develop an awareness of what's happening around you. Anticipate what may come next. Safety depends on these skills. Make it a habit to look far up the road and make any changes in direction early. Being able to ride a straight, controlled line at any speed is the first step for all riders. The key is body control. Steer mostly with your body, not the bars. Use slight hip and body adjustments to maintain a straight line. Being able to ride a controlled line while looking over your shoulder is an important safety consideration. Having a shoulder to lean on is one safe way to help keep you under control.
Here's something I do with my junior team riders to improve balance and bike handling skill. Get used to this, and you won't be scared to ride in a tight group. Bumping can be a game instead of a threat. The main idea is not to bump your handlebars, or you lose your ability to steer. If you lean into the bump with your shoulder, you can always bounce away.
Learn how to react when the bike gets unstable. Everyone needs this kind of control.
Confidence and control really go hand in hand. When you have control, the confidence will follow.
Good braking is an essential skill. There comes a time when you need 100% stopping power, and you have to know how to use it. Canadian Alex Steeda, an Olympian and Tour de France stage winner, discusses good braking.
You can operate the brakes from the tops of the brake hoods, which is adequate for most situations. Or go to the drops, which gives you maximum braking power, stabilizes you on the bike, and also lowers your center of gravity. Notice the way Eric goes on and off the brakes entering the turns. You brake before the turn, hitting both brakes at once. On long descents, feather the brakes. Use them in short bursts and release them so the brake pads don't heat up.
In a panic situation, first, go to the drops. Second, apply both brakes while moving your weight back over the rear wheel. This equalizes braking force and maintains traction. Third, keep the front wheel straight and don't lock up the brakes. Technique can save your life in a situation like this. Remember to go to your drops immediately in emergency situations. Many riders never learn to take a corner well, but it's not a hard skill to obtain. Anyone can find himself going into a corner too fast, but if you have the skills, you can avoid the spill.